A month ago, when it looked like Hillary Clinton was almost certainly going to become the president, Trump supporter and sheriff David Clarke was ready for a revolution. And he put this message out there saying, it's incredible that our institutions of government, White House, Congress, DOJ, and big media are corrupt, and all we do is bitch. Pitchforks and torches time. And that's almost a month before the election. So he expected that they would lose, as almost everyone did, and said, we need to get ready with pitchforks, and that's why I put this Shutterstock image with my tweet. And then Trump won. And now there are a lot of Americans who are rightfully angry about that, especially not just with what they expect Trump will do, but the fact that once again a Democrat was denied the office because of this fucked up system we have where you can win the popular vote, but because of the Electoral College, the Republican gets to win. And so there's protests going on around the country that we've covered, and weirdly, he puts out this message. He says these temper tantrums from these radical anarchists must be quelled. There is no legitimate reason to protest the will of the people. Now, but see, that's ironic because you wanted to protest the will of the people when you thought it was going to go against Trump. They're not protesting against the will of the people. The will of the people went for the Democrat in this case. They're protesting the minority that supported your candidate and squeaked by because the system actually is rigged in an archaic way. And so it's weird how your view of protest can change so significantly when the circumstances change.
Well, Sheriff Clarke's a really bad guy, a giant hypocrite, and takes every opportunity to blame quote-unquote black culture when criticizing anything that's gone wrong. And, you know, he makes money doing this. He goes around the country giving speeches to white crowds who applaud him furiously. Yes, Sheriff Clarke, tell us how bad the blacks are. Yes. So that's what he profits off of. So is it surprising that a guy who was calling for pitchforks just a month ago is now calling that a temper tantrum?
Yeah.
And they don't even have pitchforks, right?
No.
Right? They're like, he's like, oh, you're protesting. No, we get to protest. When you do it, that's a temper tantrum.
Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, I mean, can you really blame these people for wanting to exercise their constitutional rights to assemble and to protest during what might be the last few months where they are able to actually do that? We don't know what's going to happen to protesters like that. I mean, he's attacking them on social media. Rudy Giuliani is attacking them on social media. Rudy Giuliani might soon be in a position of power where he gets to stop protests like that.
That's right. And in fact, if you notice, the most disturbing part of the tweet from Sheriff Clarke was, they must be quelled.
Quelled.
So when it was his side who he thought was going to be out of power, we got to rise up and have, you know, fires. They had fires that they were carrying around, right? Pitchforks, etc. But when it's the other side who is now out of power, even though they got more votes, as John points out, they must be quelled. You know who makes independent media possible? You guys. Because of you, we can actually do this show free of any outside influence. That's what makes us so strong. Become a member today. tytnetwork.com/join. You are the media.